Sonakshi, the first thing that comes to my mind, and I have watched so many actresses perform so well in the role of a cop, from Hema Malini to Rani Mukherjee to Priyanka Chopra to Tabu, who has nailed it. I mean, of course, it is a must-have component in an actor's filmography. But what I have always wondered about is this, that what is the effect on an actress's body and body language after she has portrayed or essayed the role of a cop? Because she suddenly turns a protector, instead of being a vulnerable person on the streets.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think एक sense of responsibility आ जाती है, एक authority आ जाती है, चाल बदल जाती है जैसे ही आप वो uniform पहनो. And you know, the character was so well written for me that I just had to. I was waiting to play a character like this, and I'm really lucky. I consider myself very, very lucky कि Reema and Zoya.
Let's just call them Zima
let's just call them Zima.
Zima, actually.
Reema and Zoya approached me with this role because it's tailor-made for me, I think, and I was just waiting to play it.
कहाँ तो एक पुलिस वाला थप्पड़ मारने को तैयार था दबंग में, कहाँ ये खुद पुलिस वाली बन गई.
अब आके दिखाएं.
But then, of course, I'm sure as an actor, it does add to your tools and your the list of,
definitely,
right, as an actor,
definitely, because you're challenging yourself in so many different ways you don't even realize it, honestly. For me at least, I didn't realize it, but while it was happening, it just felt like a beautiful process that was going on. There were so many new things about myself as an actor that I realized while playing this role. अच्छा ये भी कर सकती हूँ. अच्छा हाँ, you know, in this situation I'm supposed to react like this or not react like this, or be absolutely stoic or show no expression. यहाँ पर थोड़ा ज़्यादा होता है या हो रहा है तो कम कर दो. Stuff like that, you know, and it just happened so seamlessly because we were directed by such you know, wonderful directors. I think Reema and Ruchika both have really outdone themselves while directing this show, and I'm really honored to have been an actor that is directed by them. Yeah,
in this universe. Yeah. But did you have to go through a mental training, a physical training, or anything? What's the preparation?
Yes,
like?
I had to be a certain level of fit because I wanted to look convincing as an officer who is doing what she's doing in the show. I had to learn how to ride a bike. I did some judo lessons. We all did speech classes. We did dialect coaching. To learn the dialect of the world that we are in. So it was very, very interesting. And as an actor, when you learn a new skill, ना बहुत ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है क्योंकि कहाँ पे आप सीखोगे?
Exactly.
जाके मतलब if I was doing any other job, मैं तो नहीं बोलती अच्छा मुझे ये dialect सीखना है आज.
Correct.
तो as an actor जो आप ये skill सीख रहे हैं मतलब बहुत ही interesting और बहुत ही ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है.
And वो बूट पटकने की कला आ गई?
कौन सी?
कितनी आवाज आनी चाहिए बूट पटकने में?
बूट
terminology in the police.
टक टक.
When you salute the, मतलब एक certain level of decibel.
Yeah. Oh yes, we had हमारे पास कई officers आए हमें proper way of salute करना कैसे करना है सिखाने. तो because of course our directors were very, very particular कि we get everything right. So we had people who came and showed us the techniques and कैसे कितना पैर उठता है, कितना वॉल्यूम बढ़ता है.
And at the launch, Miss Meera Bonwankar was there at the trailer launch. And उनका ऐसे launch पे होना ही बहुत बड़ी बात है. She is an epitome in the world of female cops.
Really, मतलब उनके accomplishments उनके मतलब खत्म ही नहीं हो रहे थे. She's done so much for the society, and you know, it was we were so honored to have her amongst us, and उनकी validation ना बहुत बड़ी थी हमारे लिए. उन्होंने in fact personally मुझसे भी कहा कि you know you've played this character very real. वो फिल्मी cop तुम नहीं हो. तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा and बहुत ही अच्छा trailer है, मजा आया. She called Vijay a creep. So that means that's his job well done. So her feedback was very, very important to all of us.
Wonderful. Vijay, smile please. ये जो छोटे छोटे जुमले आप पकड़ते हैं ना हर परफॉर्मेंस में. I remember watching you in She. आपका एक हैदराबादी गुंडा criminal character था. Then I watched you in Darlings, just the way you used to talk to Alia, I mean, that build up on
Yeah.
your face would tell me ki what is going to happen to your victim.
Yeah.
That's the power of an actor's face and facial expressions. Yet, I send that message also to you. I want to hate you. I was not able to hate that character or even the actor. Something of this kind had happened to Shah Rukh Khan way back in the 90s when he was portraying all those villainous characters in Deewana, Dar.
Bazigar.
Bazigar. He was a creep as
Yeah.
well as a very, very dangerous fellow.
Hmm.
Yet you liked him so much that his entire career as a hero is based upon his negative performances.
Yeah.
Is this happening to you by chance or there is a method to it or something like that?
Yeah, these roles came to me and I had to take the decision of doing them or not. And I just found a voice inside me telling कि, you know, अगर तू अपने आप को एक्टर मानता है तो फिर क्यों नहीं करेगा? You know, why play safe? Or why do the roles that everybody is willing to do? You know, not too many boys are willing to do the parts that I do.
Yeah.
So I figured कि it's an opportunity and also an opportunity for me to explore certain kind of characters and minds. And me being a avid, you know, student of life, trying to understand people, trying to understand, also enthusiastic about psychology. I feel like when you push your boundaries and explore such characters, you end up getting richer in terms of your understanding of life.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm very flattered with the comparison you made, but I think hopefully I should be able to make the transition someday.
Yeah, because somebody who's been watching you, I'm a little apprehensive of that. I don't want to see you in an antagonist role for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So don't you want to be an antagonist for the rest of your life?
No, I put a full stop to it, but I wanted to go a little crazy before I do that.
Ah, that's nice.
Dahaad is that.
That's nice. And I must tell you how fulfilling it is for a person to watch a great performance on screen. Because in our busy lives, we take out time to watch a series or a film. It takes money to watch a content.
Yeah.
An average person, what does he need is a great performance. And you never disappoint them. In fact,
Thank you so much.
watching you is like a prize. So, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is really, really warm. Thank you.
You know, this is a very old, tried and tested masala or a formula where the antagonist and the protagonist are like each other's lovers. I mean, I want to see you hating each other, then finally loving each other, and I want to see you in the end coming together. Then what will happen when you two come face to face? So it's like Gabbar and Jaiviru.
Basically, it's a cat and mouse chase.
Cat and mouse chase.
Yeah.
And for that chemistry to be wow, you two also have to act and sit with each other कि भाई हम ऐसे कैसे क्या करें कि हम दोनों को देखना है, हम लोग दूर अलग अलग लोकेशंस में भी है तो भी एक कनेक्ट है और फाइनली जब मिलेंगे, जब मैं तुमको मारने के लिए आऊंगा तो फिर क्या करें ऐसा that climax is worth it. So what is the chemistry that you had to develop with each other, or how did you work together?
I think it was really we struck off. We got along really well with each other, all the actors on the set. So I
You've
think
never
that
worked before?
We've
No.
never worked before. I've not worked with either of them, any of them
Gulshan
before this, even Gulshan, even Soham. So we all met on this set, and just the energy was so good, and just the fact that you're alongside such good actors, it betters your game also. So that really helped getting to know each other, understanding, seeing each other play their parts. Vijay and me actually had very few scenes together.
Yeah.
So when we did get into that one room,
It was we were playing ball.
Yeah, it was seamless. We were playing ball. Like
Yeah.
when there's an actor in front of you who's so good at his craft, you automatically feel like performing better. So you just feed off each other's energy, and that's what we did. And I think it's turned out quite beautifully.
Yeah, it
if
did.
I may say so myself.
So I remember reading the script first, and maybe 2019. This was right after.
Really?
Yeah,
I got
3
approached.
years ago?
Yeah.
Pretty much after Gully Boy released, Rima sent me the script, and I agreed to it. And so I read the script, and then when we eventually went on floor, thoda sa time ho gaya tha, but I only asked for my scenes because I was very interested in not finding out what what the police is up to.
Okay.
So I said, just send me my scenes. It's important for my character to not to plan his life in a way that he doesn't know what the others are doing.
Okay.
He
Oh,
should-
interesting.
Yeah. So I just kept those maybe 80 pages that were mine, and that's about it.
That's so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that technique of yours.
For this one, I used it because literally there are 2 or 3 times when we cross paths. The rest of the time he's on his own, and he's ahead of them in many ways.
So see, I am looking forward to watching you come together, and then what does the cop do to the criminal?
Yeah.
So for me, in my mind, that is the build-up. कि क्या होगा जब इस
Yeah.
पुलिस वाली के हाथ में criminal आएगा?
She's having sleepless nights because of me.
सबको sleepless nights दे रहा है ये.
हाँ, उसको इनका कैरेक्टर ऐसा है जो she takes the onus to be the right person and do the right thing.
अब उसने
And the
ठान
system
लिया.
is like she's fighting with everybody she could
Yeah.
to make this happen.
Yeah.
And he's using the system in his way. So it's
Interesting.
very interesting.
Interesting. I have my dear friend. Her father was the commissioner of police. So बचपन की कहानियाँ बताती थी कि हमारी mother was a theatre actor. तो वो homework करने हमको father के पास ही भेजती थी. और father हमको पास बोलते थे कि हाँ बेटा नहीं 17 प्लस ये इतना होता है. और फिर यहाँ कोई बैठा 10 उसको मारते थे. हाँ बेटा नहीं 17 प्लस.
Yeah.
So the cops have a dichotomy in their personal lives and their professional lives, and the way they balance that is also something wow to see, to watch on
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
So would we see your personal life also on screen as a cop?
I think that aspect, Gulshan's character, you will see it through Gulshan's character.
Okay.
The way he balances his family, the way he balances his work, and it's beautiful to watch. Like his
Yeah.
character is so well-rounded, it's so beautifully written, such a great temperament to have as a cop, and he's also someone who wants to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So it's just lovely, his character. Like I really enjoyed watching his character. There's certain aspects of my life also that you will see that a lot of girls probably will be able to relate to because at some point in their life they have been through it. You know, so yeah, that is also something that's very interesting and very relatable.
I look forward to that.
Yeah.
And you know, the producers, you have Excel movies, you have Reema, you have Zoya Akhtar, Ritesh Sidhwani, Farhan Akhtar. They are known for bright work, good work.
Good
They don't just
content.
go with the flow,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
want to make a point. They also very, you know, कहते हैं ना, men of character.
Yeah.
There are people
yeah.
of character in our
Yeah.
cinema, thankfully. When an actor is looking for work, we all know that what kind of directors that he wants to work with or script writers. What are the things that you have in mind for producers? What kind of producers attract an actor? कि यार इनके साथ काम करना है.
Fearless producers. In my experience in the past, there have been lots of producers who just look at it as business, as numbers.
Yeah.
When I worked with Zoya and Reema and Farhan and Ritesh on Dahaad, that's when I realized it's so refreshing to work with producers who are also creators.
Yeah.
And you know, they will go all out. They believe in their subject. They are not looking at it as dhanda, just dhanda. They're looking at it as a creation.
Yeah.
They're putting something beautiful
Yeah.
together, and they will go to any extent to get it done. It was really refreshing to work with someone like that, and those are the actual kind of producers that I would want to work with.
And you, Vijay?
I don't know. I kind of just work exclusively creatively on projects. So my major interaction and
When you say exclusively, matlab one movie at a time?
no, I do one
You do
movie
that?
at a time.
Okay.
I try to do it as much as possible, but sometimes because of some unforeseen circumstances, like recently we wanted to shoot in Turkey, but there was a earthquake there. So now that's got moved to another time. But I'm doing something else. So I try to do one thing at a time, but exclusively when I mean like I work with the creative team most because I feel like I need to fulfill those demands first. And producer conversations happen very little in my life. It's just the first few conversations. But I agree with what Sona said. When you work with producers, which is actually, if you translate to Hindi, is Nirmata. So they have to be constructive for the film, and they have to be able to construct the film along with the creative team of the film, and it's necessary so that they know the script in and out. They know the, sometimes be bold enough to cast, not be starstruck, not just go with, what works.
Right, very important.
And such things. And every time somebody cracks a code, and then that becomes the norm.
Yeah.
And then everybody follows the
Yeah, and
same.
a lot of
So
people
let
just
not
want
let
to be money lenders.
Exactly.
You're just giving money for a project. You're not invested
Invested
in it as
emotionally,
much
yeah.
as anybody else is. So
true.
it's not fun to work with
yeah,
someone.
and
like
not
that,
judge कि ये Friday पे ये चल रहा है तो यही चलेगा.
Correct.
Because तुम अभी बनाओगे वो 2 साल बाद में आएगी, तब तक दूसरा Friday आया, दूसरा कुछ चल रहा है.
Yeah.
So it's important to believe in what you're making right now. If you believe in it right now, then you will be able to carry the conviction to keep sustaining it for 2 years, or 1 year, whatever time
So
you
true.
take.
You know why I ask you? I've been reading a book based on Goldie Anand's life, the three brothers, Vijay Anand, Dev Anand, Goldie Anand. And his entire life was based on so much passion for cinema that he had to take so many setbacks in his personal life, to his bank accounts, to assets of his life. And I was so inspired. I thought, यार ऐसे ही लोग तो चाहिए सिनेमा में.
Yeah.
वरना सिनेमा फिर वही धंधा
I
business
I
बन
agree with
जाएगा.
you completely. I feel like we need somebody to be risk takers right now for cinema to
Yeah.
thrive. We need somebody to say कि मेरा नहीं चलेगा तो चल जाएगा, but I want to make this film.
Yes.
I want
Yeah.
to bring it out in theater because the mid bracket is completely at a loss right
And
now.
people are standing in support of such content,
Yeah.
provided
But we
they
need risk
see.
takers and larger goal, like a दूर की जो देखने वाला है वो जीतेगा, because थोड़े बहुत setbacks हो सकते हैं अभी, but if you're looking at the larger picture, it's a good risk.
Right. And in the end, Vijay is trained from FTII. So now you have practically lived your entire life in the world of creativity because of being in the film industry, being the daughter of an actor, actually both. Is there any difference at all between learning on the job and learning and coming on the job? What's the difference in the way you approach?
But you have assumed that I have learned before coming on the job. I have learned nothing about acting or cinema while I was growing up because that was not my main area of interest.
You didn't want,
I never wanted to act.
Yeah.
I was heavily into sports. I used to play a lot of sports. And I used to enjoy that. I studied fashion designing.
You did.
And then I became
You're
an
always
actor.
very well dressed, by the way.
Oh, thank you. That is all my stylist. That is not me. But so whatever I've learned, I have learned on the job. And I love the way I've learned because I like learning new things, and I feel like I pick up things quickly. I have a good grasping power, so I've enjoyed the work that I've done, the people that I've worked with. I've made my mistakes and I've learned from them and I've moved on and I'm still here. So clearly I've been doing something right.
मुझे लगता है दबंग में आपके कैरेक्टर की सक्सेस की एक ये भी वजह थी that you were not heavily trained before that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
you
face
never
did
know.
not
Like,
emote
yeah,
too much.
people did connect with that character, and I'm really happy that they did. There was also a sense of mystery also because suddenly I came in, like nobody knew that I ever wanted to act, so there was no buzz about it.
But also
before
your
that.
screen presence was really
Very nice.
like something.
Oh, remarkable. Her
Your screen
eyes.
presence is one of the most
you.
striking because it's like a very classic Indian beautiful face, you know, and very graceful. And she has a very like I don't know, very classic beauty vibe.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
true.
thank you.
So
That's what people said. So I think they saw something different. I think there was a Indian character like to debut after very long.
Yeah.
Like at that point in time, everybody was in like Western outfits and stuff, and I literally was the only one who came in a sari. At that point in time. So
true.
I think, and that this is something I've also learned from my father. You know, he keeps saying like, if you can't prove yourself to be the best, at least prove yourself to be different than the rest.
जब आप परफॉर्म करते हैं तो मुझे I watch an actor very closely. मुझे आपकी उंगली भी ना हिलती हुई दिख रही होती है. Because maybe you're seething with anger. वो जो एक scene था she में when she comes in front of you और वो आपकी that he's lusting towards her ना, तो वो जो वासना वाला जो एक
हाँ।
रस है वो जाग जाता है.
Correct.
And I could see that on your entire body, and I could relate that ये हो सकता है ट्रेनिंग की वजह से है, that FTI I think.
Yeah.
So has it worked for you?
It worked for me because it just fuels my craziness and junoon for the work that I do. Also, I feel like I kind of categorize actors into two kinds of people, personality types. एक जो होते हैं कि टीवी खरीदते हैं और उसका मैनुअल पढ़ते हैं पूरा, फिर टीवी लगाते हैं, और एक होते हैं जो टीवी लगाते हैं, रिमोट से ऑन करते हैं, फिर सीखते रहते हैं.
Yeah.
So I am the manual पढ़ के टीवी लगाने वाला
Right.
in life.
I'm the remote client.
So I like to study everything before I do something. इसलिए रोल को भी मैं meticulously approach करता हूँ. और जो सी में आपने जो रेफरेंस दिया है उसमें मेरी एक इंटेंशन था, मेरा और अदिति का, कि एक्टिंग जब आप करते हो तो हमको बताया गया था कि उसका प्रभाव होता है. पर्दे पे आप जो देख रहे हो, अगर कोई किरदार गुस्से में, तो ऑडियंस को गुस्सा महसूस होता है, वो ट्रांसफर होता है स्क्रीन से ऑडियंस तक. अगर किसी को हंसी आ रही है, उसकी खुशी में आपको खुशी मिलती है. अगर किसी को के साथ बुरा हो रहा है तो आपको लग रहा है आपके साथ बुरा हो रहा है. ये प्रभाव होता है सिनेमा में या नाटक में. एक्टिंग प्रभाव होता है उसका. सो व्हाट वी वांटेड टू डू इज टू सी, chemistry is one thing, that two people look good together, they behave well together, but we wanted to see if there is palpable sexual energy that can be felt between two people, and if we can achieve it in a performance, within the realm of the work that you're doing. It was an experiment that we tried, and I was very happy that it connected.
It worked.
Because वो भी प्रभाव होएगा. People will be able to feel what this character is feeling.
Yeah.
And these are internal feelings. They are not shown on face most of the times.
True. All the best to you.
Thank you so much,
for
Shukriya.
Thank you.